All right, so welcome. It is basic training week in Indianapolis, and I am sitting here. You can't see the people out here, but I can see them. And we have five studio owners training, and they're going to share their stories with you here in a few minutes. And a lot of our studio owners will share their studios with them, so we can all learn about each other. And we do call ourselves the home video studio family. Everybody helps each other, and it is an amazing part of home video studio. So let's get going. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Paul Luke. I live outside of Tampa, Florida, in southern Hillsborough County. I am a second generation broadcaster, but I'm a soon to be retired federal government worker after 24 years with the federal government, but where I ran a small TV operation for the federal government in downtown Washington. And also supervised documentation crews throughout the country, recording events and operations throughout the country after disasters. Prior to that, I was a news photographer in Memphis, where I was a senior, I was the chief photographer at the NBC affiliate for 20 years. I started my career in Mississippi, a television station there. So, wrapping up almost 50 years in broadcast television and government media, and looking for something to do. I know I've spoken to a few of you, looking for something to do in retirement, and tripped over Robert's ad and felt that an obsolete guy at 66, using obsolete equipment made a great fit, and using obsolete technology, but making the best of it and bringing it back to giving it its last life. It's going to help give me my last segment, and looking forward to jumping into the home video studio business and making something making something really good from it. And looking forward to the opportunity, looking excited about the opportunity going ahead, and think it's going to be a great fit in as I move into my semi-retirement. So glad to be here, and thanks to Robert for all the support.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, I'm Paul's other half, Debbie, and if we're going to do this, we're jumping in with both feet, and I'm going to help him where I can. I'm still working full time. Paul's going to be managing the HVS Apollo Beach studio, but then I will be learning as we go, and I'll probably be doing more of the bookkeeping and all the business management things while he does all of the skill set things. So thank you to those of you we talked to before we decided to go on this journey, because you guys were great. You helped us make that decision.
Hey, everybody. My name's Neil Logan, and I'm a new studio owner out of Mississippi Gulf Coast. So we're a little in between New Orleans and Mobile, the little strip on the coast there. So that's actually where I'm from originally. I was raised there. I went to college at University of Southern Mississippi, got a math degree. I was in the Army. I was a commissioned officer. I did a few years as an officer in the Army. I ended up in Virginia, but with that, so I stayed in Virginia more or less for a lot of my adult life. And I got in the corporate world, and I worked in a couple of different industries, maritime industry and construction materials industry. And I was a safety professional, and I did some human resources. I did that for several years doing the corporate deal. Got told one day, got to go. We don't need you anymore. So I went through that like a lot of people did. It was about 2010, 2009, somewhere in there. And then I got into a franchise. So I've had some business experience already. I did a painting franchise. I didn't know anything about it. CertaPro painters. Maybe some of you've seen their ads. They're nationwide. And I did that business for about 5 years. I didn't know anything about painting. They taught me everything. I learned the systems. I did that by myself. And I learned how to sell. Learned how to sell. So I had some skills that I developed doing that. I had to close that out, had to go home, take care of my parents for few years. So it was a big change, and giving all that up. So I came back home to Mississippi, left Virginia, been in Mississippi ever since on the coast where I grew up for the last few years. But I have one more hurrah in me, and that's when I say that, I'm 59. I need to work. I'm not anywhere close to being able to retire. So I'm going to have to really hit it hard. And I had been doing some loss control inspections because that was related to my safety background, but there's no money in that. And I'm like a lot of people my age, it's hard to anybody want to hire you. So I'm really okay about getting back into business. This opportunity presented itself, and I didn't really know I was going to end up doing it. I can just tell you that it met my need, and I was so grateful to meet Robert, and he really felt like I was a good fit, and I was just excited when we actually started talking about it. And I can see the need. There's not a need, there's a market for sure where I live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I don't think anybody's marketing this type of service, so I think it should go great when people find out about it. I don't know anybody that has the tools or equipment or the time or want to do it. So thank you for the opportunity to do this. I'm really looking forward to it. Don't know anything about it, but I'm ready. I'm teachable. And thank you guys for having me.
That's great.
I'm Bill Kazarba. You probably met me before on some of these other calls. I came in through the getaway at St. Pete, which is where I live and where my studio will be. Spent all of my career in media, much of it at CNN. Then I went to Seattle for 30 years as a news director at two different TV stations there. I left Seattle to be closer to my sister in Miami and to get some sun after 30 years in Seattle. So I'm looking forward to this experience, working with all of you, and glad to be part of the group.
Hi everyone, George again. I'm from New Jersey and right outside the city of Little Falls, and that's what my studio will be called, Home Video Little Falls. 58, single dad, 16-year-old daughter going on 30. So, I like I've heard of home video and Robert for years. I was recently he said I said, how'd you get my email? And we were trying to figure out how he got my email. And I used to order Video Maker magazine in the early 90s. And I saw his ads, and I think I responded, and he had my email on file, and I clicked on it in October, and I've been looking to I work in the TV business. I'm going to do this part-time this year, and this time next year go full-time. But so I work like in TV at NBC as a production manager. And home video has always intrigued me, and I feel like I can make a good living out of it. I'm still, there's still a lot to learn. Hopefully I'll get to training tomorrow. So, but I feel good, and this is a good time. I want to take this into like retirement. So, that's about it.
I'm John Failing from the Denver area, and you guys have a lot of snow. We have no snow. It got cold a little bit, but otherwise our weather has been very mild this winter so far. Anyways, I'm a retired family physician. I did that for 30 years, but I always dabbled in video and photography. And after I moved up to Denver from Florida, about 2016, I decided to do something else. So I discovered Home Video Studio with Robert, and I've been doing this now. This is my 9th year. It's been the best, I would say, career choice I've ever made. I'm having so much fun, getting some wonderful experience doing all kinds of things with old technology, which I love. The people I met as customers have been fantastic. They always appreciate what we do for them. It's a happy business. And I also love to teach. So if anyone needs any help in doing things, operating a studio, let me know. I'm here to help out. So looking forward to doing this for another few years. And that's about it.
It's still morning over here in California. Yes, I am in California. If I say California, I'm in the Central Valley. I'll tell you about my weather. I'm not cold. I'm not hot. I'm fogged in. We've been stuck in fog city for a long time. If you know anything about the Tule fog in Central California, then you understand. We don't see the sun very often, and this is about the longest it's ever been. But we hardly ever see the sun. But besides that. I first contacted Robert at 2005, and went to a show and tell in the Aladdin Casino in Las Vegas. That's not even, it doesn't even exist anymore. And then life happened, and I didn't actually start with home video studio until 2008, and it's been great ever since. My favorite thing to say is that I've made more people cry in this business than I've made laugh. And that's the truth. I think everybody who's done this for a little while and understands that this is kind of a real emotional type of business. Once you give people their transferred videos, which are really their precious memories, you'll understand that more often than not, they will cry over seeing and hearing voices, seeing images from the past. So I am your tech support. I have a lot of experience in things breaking down, so I can usually get things running again. If you've been through something, I've probably been through it as well. And if we don't, there's this huge network of all these faces and then some that will help help each other figure things out. So don't ever feel concerned about having anything to break down, because these computers, they're just like anything else. They will break down right at the moment you need it to work and everything. So I know that everybody relates to that. That's all I have. It's been a great long time. I can't even count how many years. If anybody can tell me how many years I've been total, let me know. So thank you.
I think 18 years.
Is it 18? Gosh, I've lost count.
Yes, 18, one more than me. All right. Well, I started with doing actual media in my church media department. Before that, I just kind of dabbled in a couple of little things here and there. But I really honed in with my church media department. Started filming the services, and then we started filming announcements. We started doing green screen and doing graphics and filming different locations around the church. And I really enjoyed that. I also was directing some of the services. I just really enjoyed all aspects of it. And I thought to myself, wow, it'd be awesome to find a job doing something like this. And instead, I found a business opportunity with Robert and Home Video Studio. I saw an ad in Video Maker magazine. And I decided finally, after sitting on it for a while, I finally said, let me just call. And then I called and Robert picked up, which of course, blows your mind. I'm like, this is the CEO of the company, and he actually picked up the phone. So right away I knew, had that good feeling like this is a legit, operation here. And that was 17 years ago. And I doing everything I do with Home Video Studio, meeting all the clients and just making people happy. It is a happy business, so I enjoy it very much.
All right, everyone. Greetings to the new studio owners. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the family. My name is Wendell Timothy, and I'm the studio owner here in Birmingham, Alabama. We haven't got any snow or rain or ice, but it is freezing cold today. And I guess the cold makes people call, because I've gotten 3 calls already this morning. This is my 5th year in as a studio owner, and every year has been better than the previous year, consistently better than the previous year. So I'm thankful for that. My first year, things looked rough. Things weren't going exactly how I thought they were, but I think that's true with any new business, and you just got to be consistent, put in the work, listen to the advice that Robert gives you, and if you do all those things and and talk to all the other studio owners with the wealth of wisdom that they have, you're sure to succeed. And that's what's happened for me. So I'm thankful to be here, and I'm glad to meet you. And I hope to see you all in person later in the year.
Well, hey, everybody, I'm Debbie Williams. I have a studio located in Florence, Kentucky, which is actually a suburb of Cincinnati, Ohio. I did not see an ad in Video Maker. I did a web search, but this was 2011. So I've been in business for over 14 years. I do not regret that decision one bit. It is a lot of hard work. And you have to be sometimes self-motivated, but the beauty of this business that you may not realize if you are new is that you have a wealth of community around you. You have so many studio owners that you will get to know if you go to these trainings and events that we have. Mostly in Indianapolis, but sometimes other places. But that community is really what makes this business special as an owner, so that you don't feel like you're an island out there all by yourself, because we are such a specialized niche. It is a wonderful business, like others have said. There's an emotional component that is like none other. Just bringing joy to people and helping people out in a way that they feel sometimes is lost. Like the person who brings me a VCR and says, "I've got this tape stuck in there and I don't know what to do. It's of my son," and blah, blah, blah. We've all heard these stories. And when you're able to fix the situation and make it so much better for them, it's just so gratifying to be able to do that. And it's a great business to be in. And if you want to work hard, you want to market and do all the things that you're supposed to be doing, you will make money and you will do well at it. So again, if you have any questions and you want to reach out to me, I'm in Kentucky, happy to talk to any of you. And welcome aboard, those of you who are new.
Okay, hi, I'm Cheryl Kennedy. I'm located in Green Cove Springs. I'm south of Jacksonville, and I think I'm in my 7th year with Home Video Studio. I was fortunate, my whole career was in video production, and I had great jobs that I loved. And every now and then I would see in Video Maker magazine, I'd see this ad for Home Video Studio. And I thought, man, that would be really cool if I could do that from home, but it just wasn't the right time of life. And again, I had these wonderful other jobs that I really loved. But when my husband and I moved to Florida for a job change for him, I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and call Robert Hanley. And I did. And he picked up the phone, which kind of almost made me faint, because you just think you're not going to get the CEO or whatever. But anyway, we had a great conversation. It took about a year and a half for it all to come to happen, because we had to move to Florida from Georgia, and then we had to find a house with an office where I could set up the studio. And it has just been such a wonderful and rewarding job. I have people that text me and call me once they get these videos transferred. They just are crying, they're laughing, they just love being reunited with the memories. I'm very involved locally with the Chamber of Commerce, which has helped me get a lot of referrals, and it's just been great. I've often thought I might want to have a storefront, but I kind of do this as semi-retirement, and it's just worked out really well that way. But I always have work, and it's just a blast. I think you all will have a great time with this business. Robert always says it. I mean, I think you can make a lot of money, or you could just kind of do it as a fun thing on the side. But it's just a fabulous business, and I welcome you all. And if I could ever be of help, you just give me a call.
Hey, hello all. I'm J.R. Marshall in Albin, Texas. We're about 40 miles south of Houston. And I have been doing video and photography for about the last 20 years. And I retired semi with COVID, because we know what COVID did to a lot of businesses. And I kind of said, well, it's time to kick back. But I can't kick back. I got to do something. So I sold my house in Houston and moved to Alvin, where I planned to do a little t-shirt business as a kind of a little sideline. So I got a generator. I insulated my garage. The garage doors went up and went insulated so that I could work out there. And then I talked to Robert. And I had talked to Robert years before, but didn't really have the investment to get started. And I decided, I've been doing all of this stuff and making a little bit of money here and there. It'd be nice if I had some guidance. And with Robert's guidance, I've gone ahead and created my studio. Everybody got confused when I talked about, well, I'm going to have it in my garage and I'm just going to stick a door in front of my garage. So off to the side, you can see my front yard.
Looks
And
great.
here's another shot of it. And then a close-up of my door. I'll get out of the way. Let's see here. Let me get out of the way so that you can see it.
That's great.
Okay, there we go. So there's the front door. And I can still close the garage door, which means that I don't need a deadbolt. When I ordered the door, they said, you're going to need a deadbolt. And I said, no, I don't. I've got a nice door that's going to hold it closed. You can't open the door if the main garage door is closed. So anyway, I've I just got the thing all finished just after Christmas. And my first little advertisement that I ran, I got a call and got a sale. So I was, $120. I was excited. So we're in a cold weather station here now. And they said, everybody stay off the road. So I'm just sitting quiet, waiting for it to cool off a little bit. And then we're going to get started.
Well, thank
I'd
you.
like to thank Robert for his guidance and all of the little things that he has here, because that's what I've lacked for the last 20 years. So thank you, Robert.
Hey guys, Brett Everett here from the Dallas, Texas area, and my story is similar to many that you've heard so far. I saw the ad on Facebook, and I spent 14 years as an editor, video editor for a Christian television program. A lot of my background, like Miguel, is in church and that kind of thing. But really thought the idea of owning my own business and controlling my time a little bit more was a good one. So I called the number and Robert picked up, and we spent a lot of time with my wife considering and thinking about if it was a good idea, and we both agreed. And so I've been at it for what, Robert, 2 or 3 years now. I think I'm between 2 and 3 years.
I think,
And my, how time flies. But this January is the busiest. I've got more tapes in my studio right now than I've ever had, and just still learning a lot, and working hard, and having a good time with the business.
Hey everyone, Jeff Gordon with Home Video Studio Metro West up in Massachusetts. I'm the only one up in this area, and I guess New Jersey's probably the closest one. Right. Digging out about 2 feet of snow right now, and it's still going. It's a good time. So I was where you guys were a year ago. I was at Basic. Opened the studio in May. Slow roll. I'm ready to keep meaning to talk with Robert, but I'm ready to kind of launch off a little bit more. I have a second company that does video production. So we work with small businesses and nonprofits. So we make marketing videos, impact videos, event coverage, all sorts of stuff. So this originally was meant to fill the gaps, but would eventually like to kind of take over a little bit more to be less on the road, so to speak, I guess. So yeah, so May will be 1 year that we were open. Yeah, it's been fun so far, and I'm really looking forward to kind of ramping it up soon. If you guys have any questions as the new owner, feel free to reach out.
So I'm probably the oldest guy. Well, not the oldest in age-wise, but the oldest guy, the oldest owner here. 2001 I first met Robert. And George, when you go to Indy, you make a left at the racetrack, and his house is over there. No, I'm just. But I've been an owner, mostly on, sometimes off, since 2001. Robert sent me one of these. Maybe Tony Miklas got one of those too. And I was so excited when I got this. I walked around the neighborhood on my daily walk and listened to this tape, and got very excited and came to Indianapolis to start my business. It's been successful. I've been doing it mostly on, sometimes off. I went back to teaching for 10 years and taught video production. And now that I'm retired, it's the perfect retirement business. I'm home. I work on jobs. I had a very profitable December, and moving into January, it's still doing well. And looking forward to seeing everybody at French Lick, Indiana.
Andy, I did not get one of those because I called Robert 2 days before I had to drive to Indy for the, what did you used to call it?
Show and Tell Saturday.
Show and Tell, yeah. Met it Friday night at that restaurant that you always used to go to. Anyway, I'm Tony Miklos, Cleveland, Ohio. Been doing this for over 23 years now, I believe. It's a lot of fun. Let me just say that. It's great to bring the joy to your customers. I mean, they are just so happy to have this stuff preserved. If anyone ever has any questions, just give me a buzz. Hope here to help you out. And once again, Andy, like I said, I did not get that cassette, so keep that one because that might be the only one left.
I'm down here in Flower Mound, Texas, near Dallas, and near Brett Everett, actually. And y'all, the streets are white. They've been white for the last 3 days, and it's like 18 degrees right now. So this is exactly how it was a year ago this month when I was up there and at basic training with Jeff. And so it's just great. When it's cold, business is good. So, but I've been doing this about a year, and I've been pleasantly surprised at how many people don't see an ad, but they just look up something on Google and they come to me and they find me, not because I advertise, but because they are searching on Google for a video near them that can do these transfers. And I've just been busy with that. And I just finished at about a $2,000 job recently. And I've been busy all week this week with great business. And it just, I'm not even trying. I mean, I guess maybe if I tried a little bit harder, it'd be better. So I'm happy with it, y'all. It's great.
So I'm down in Round Rock, Texas, the most southern one of the Texas studios. And I did see an ad in Video Maker magazine, and it was around 2005. And I contacted Robert, and we met in Dallas at a show and tell. Went to dinner, sat an entire day in a hotel and listened to him talk about the business. And then my wife and I drove home and decided not to do it. So then I called him back again after I left a 27-year career at Dell and decided to start. And that was 3 years. This was my third year, going into my third year. And so just trucking along, doing all kinds of different things now. We too are iced in right now. It's about 20 degrees and we can't even walk on the sidewalks. It's so slippery because everything that was wet yesterday froze again. So we're not going anywhere and was hoping the phones would be ringing off the wall today. So all good.
I also saw an ad in Video Maker magazine years ago. And I was subscribing to that magazine because I thought I want to go into video production. And then I decided I wanted to go into film. And I ended up working for Searchlight Pictures as an assistant editor for a number of years. And then I jumped over to Fox Sports. And then Disney came in and tried to devour the book of movies from Fox. And I ended up getting transferred over there. So I got to work on shows for the History Channel, Discovery Channel, all kinds of stuff. And then I decided I need to escape from California. I escaped from LA. I felt like Dirk Pliskin. And I ended up out here in Florida. And then I saw a Facebook ad from Robert. And the thing that was really cool is he talked to me. It all made sense. It was just like somebody said earlier, an old guy with old, outdated equipment. Perfect match for me. And my wife and I decided let's jump in. So how new of an owner am I? I have had my doors open for a month. Well, no, actually only a month because we're halfway through January. I started playing around, opening the doors the middle of December. And the thing that was really crazy, Robert left on a Sunday night. And then Monday morning, I got my first call. So I booked $367 off of just being open one day. And I thought that was bizarre, but it's exciting and things are, picking up. I'm working on a job right now that I'm very excited about. I'm doing a lot of slides for this gentleman. And he came by the other day and said, "Hey, look, I've got more slides. So add these to my bill." And then just before he left, he told me that his wife had found a box of film reels because he used to take a lot of footage when he was in Vietnam with the Army. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that. And it's just exciting. And it's like everybody else has said, you see people cry, you see people laugh, and it touches your heart to be able to do something good for people. So thank you, Robert, for letting me run roughshod all over Panama City in Florida.
So, Craig is really the one who's been running it, which I know everybody knows for years. I don't even know how many years. I wasn't prepared for this, but so I'll just kind of share a little bit off the top of my head. But I've been working with Craig a lot and helping to support him running this business. And it's really been a lot of fun overall. There's been challenging moments, but I would also agree with Debbie that it's great to have a community of people to work with because there were times when Craig and I were like, what is going on? This is scary. Like, is anybody going to ring on the phone? When we first started. And, as time's gone on, of course, that's built over time. Any business that you start from the beginning is going to maybe start kind of slow. And anyway, so it's grown quite a bit. We have over 4,000 customers now. And, we didn't start out with that, of course, but we've been also doing it for quite a while. So anyway, I just really enjoyed it. I have seen a lot of people cry and laugh, and I think it's very rewarding in that regard that you're really touching people deeply where they live. And so that's been really cool. So I'm just thankful to help my husband and support him in this business because it's really a beautiful thing to me in so many ways. We've made a lot of good friendships. Okay, I'm not going to cry. But, we've met a lot of wonderful people through it. So that's about it. And I love everybody in this group, I have to say. And I look forward to French Lick. That's been really fun meeting everybody in Home Video Studio. It's just been really cool.
All right. Thanks for joining us on the Monday Vid Conference. I hope you got a glimpse of Home Video Studio and some of our brand new owners and our current owners. We really appreciate them taking the time, and I'm glad you tuned in. If you want to, we are doing a show and tell Saturday. It's actually show and tell weekend this weekend, January 30th and January 31st. So if you're watching this before those dates, you are eligible to pick up your phone and call 317-358-5932. And let's just talk. And maybe if it works out, you can come to Indianapolis, Indiana, and join us for the weekend. So it's Friday night and Saturday. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.